Hi there. So, a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, it was my 36th session with Corinne, and I posted a video about this. I posted a video of a demo that we recorded. And I must say in advance, it may look a bit volatile, it may look a little bit aggressive even. Like, I've spoken with people after seeing this, and they said, it almost seems like you're possessed. It doesn't seem pleasant, it doesn't seem like you would want that experience, right? Because you're shaking and screaming and you're having all kind of convulsions and movements, and yeah, you're having like an extreme workout on a physical, mental, emotional, psychological, like a complete spiritual workout, like on all levels. And when I asked, oh, what do you feel when you see that? They said, well, I feel fear, like losing control like that. It seems like you're possessed, like so aggressive, so volatile. And I told them, well, it has to do with your own projection, because I can tell you from my experience how it feels for me. For me, it feels like I'm lying there. There's a pressure in my third eye that is activated, and then all of a sudden the energy is becoming more active in my body, and I feel like this shift in my body, and I just feel how my own energy, it's not some energy from outside, it's my own energy that's activated and now being given free rein to dance. Like in the beginning, you might not have that much movement or that much active processes, but after a while, when your energy channel cleared up, it will gradually go towards more and more expressive states. So how does this feel? It feels like you're observing how your body is just expressing itself, and you have this amazement, this wonderment, this excitement of, wow, this is what wanted to be expressed. And when the expression is given, it feels very neutral. It doesn't feel like I don't like this, or I do like this. It feels more like, whoa, this is what is happening. And sometimes there's this voice that says, you know, the inner critic that says, well, I don't want to do this because people might look, you know. So that's like a judgment that's blocking your expression. But if you just allow the energy to express fully, every time there's an expression that is given fully, you feel this tremendous freedom, because you feel this sense of I exist. This is just existence expressing itself, like a baby crying, like an animal doing its thing, and the energy through this body is doing what it wants to do. And if you can allow yourself to surrender into the process fully, you will be like taken into this stream of like a river or a stream, where this process will go smoother and smoother and smoother and deeper and deeper and deeper, and you will feel like you're on this ride, and you're just enjoying the full free potential and expression of who you are. Sometimes I was amazed, like what came out or what I felt or what I did, but it all felt so harmonious, so perfect, so geometrically aligned. Yeah, so trust me, it's not volatile, it's not aggressive, it's not unpleasant, it's very pleasant, it's very enjoyable, it's very relaxing. So after we did the demo, we all got on the mat, and then the normal session started. So in the demo, they use like a song that is very high energy, right? Because in the demo, you want to up the energy before the session, so that the energy in the room is already set in, and everybody is in that state of receptivity, of concentration, right? You feel it. Whoa, you're like immersed in this energy field. So it started off very, very slow, and I was just lying there. It was like in the demo, I was like being revved from 0 to 100, and then it was gradually coming back, and then I was lying there, and it was just very quiet, and I felt how, like, the first thing that came was my body was being rooted to the earth. I felt and I saw roots growing into the ground, and I felt myself more and more present, more and more existing, because you can have like these altered state of consciousness where you almost feel like dissociated from your body, right? But what I realize now more and more is that the more rooted you are to earth, the more rooted you are in your body, the better the energy has a structure to follow and to express itself in a more effective, clear, simple, effective way. Because if you're just, let's say, floating out there or not really grounded, the energy can be very intense, and it can be very uncontrollable. It can go like this, like that, like this, like that, like that, and there may not be a flow to it. It may be a bit sporadic, maybe a bit frantic, right? Because I've experienced those states, and you feel it. It's like you're driving a car that's out of control. While if there's a centeredness, you feel just an easiness, and you're just driving around along the road, and it's going smoothly, perfectly. Everything is like so gentle. Yes, that's the word. When you're rooted, the energy can gently express itself. If you're not rooted, the energy might feel like an electric shock, or like a fire spark. So I was rooted, and then at a certain point I felt myself being like buried in the earth, and I smelled like fresh earth, and I felt like, this is so good, this is so sweet, like a mud bath or something. And I thought, I need to do this in real life, like just go into a field and let myself like be covered in mud. Yeah, it felt really good. I felt this deep connection to something primordial, something like, this is where I come from, where my body comes from, right? So after that, I stayed in that state for 10 minutes or something, just being grounded. And at a certain point, I saw this green energy coming up and healing my body. Felt the energy of earth healing me. And like, I've spoken with this about this with my coach, and he's told me, like, people are always looking for spiritual means to deal with their issues, with their traumas, with their past. But in my opinion, well, in his opinion, the only thing that can heal us is earth. To be here on earth, to be responsible, to have clear, simple, effective structures. That way, the energy can stream through us like a tube. But if not, we're blocked. The life cannot express itself through us. So yeah, I'm working with that. At a certain point, I got up, I sat up, and I was just chanting Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, and I felt like the vibration of every chakra. Like I sensed it and I saw it. It was just a vibration, a vibration, a vibration. And at a certain point, I felt like so, I felt so centered, so balanced. And at a certain point, like, all these angels started to come one by one, and they were surrounding me, and we were like, not shouting, but like singing, Elohim, Elohim, Elohim. And every time I sang it, my heart like lit up, lit up, lit up. And then one angel, he took me up. I felt like his hand reaching out, and it stood up, and I was like swirling and dancing, and all of a sudden I felt like my spirit was leaving my body, and I was like transported to this astral place where I saw like these beautiful angels, like a space filled with like these golden light angel beings that were all standing there, and I was standing there beside them, and I felt like this sovereignty, this unique completeness that's unlike anything I've ever experienced in life. It was like, this is so perfect. This is so complete. This being is just, there's nothing not to like. There's there's nothing you can say about it except that, like, whoa. Yeah, I don't have words for it. I'm just speechless for it. It's like a masterpiece that has no equivalent, and it's timeless, and it has this divine quality about it. With divine quality, I mean it has this quality that it's sacred or holy. It's something beyond what we perceive it, because when we perceive things, we always see things as, are they useful to us or not useful to us? And as far as they are useful to us, we are involved or engaged with it, and if not, we disengage and we push away, right? But with this, it was just like this thing of like, wow, I don't want anything from it, and I don't want to get away from it. It's just like you're marveling at it. It's like, I wouldn't compare it to looking at a mountain, because I mean, if you have like the sun or a mountain, it's also really impressive and it's breathtaking, like you stop thinking. But with this, there's a concentration of an enormous amount of energy that's just complete and perfect. So I stood there and I felt like I belong here. I'm home. And I stood with them, and we just like hummed along, and there was this energetic field that was very subtle, but it was like this magnetic, invisible electricity that was holding us together. Like the presence of God was all like endowing us or something, and it was I mean, it was amazing, right? My words are too limited to describe that experience. I looked at my hands and I saw like white glowing hands, and I had like wings. Now, my assumption or my interpretation is like, I don't think like that I'm an angel or something. But yeah, I really enjoyed that experience. I don't make any beliefs about it. I don't make any stories about it. I just have the experience. I'm grateful for it. So I stayed there for a while, and then while staying there, I asked God, what is your will? I want to be of service. Like, the words came spontaneously from my heart. And I saw like all of a sudden with my hands, like my hands were activated, and I was back transported to the room, and I was in the room in the session during the people. I was standing up with my eyes closed, and I felt how my hands interacted with other people's energy fields and energy bodies. I saw how I was doing certain things, and there was some kind of reaction in their energy, and so the energy was using me. Then I received like flashes about my YouTube channel, that I needed to do some more work there in the future, about my Instagram, that that at a certain point, like, the question came, what's my purpose? And I just saw this huge orb of light shining, and a voice said, you have to be a light in the world. And I saw people like passing by, living their lives, and I felt how this huge energy source of the, or this huge white light was just emitting a quality of not acceptance. It's like emitting this quality of embracing into wholeness, embracing everything into wholeness, and it affected people energetically. So apparently that's my purpose, to be a light in the world. I then, like, I was in that state and I was just there, and then a thought came, what is my true identity? What is my true identity? God, please tell me, what is my true identity? And all of a sudden, like, the way I was perceiving everything, right? All of a sudden it started to dissolve and melt away, and it was like, before I was in this very structured way of perceiving things, and all of a sudden my boundary started to dissolve, and I fell into this complete dark infinity, which was filled with infinite warmth and love, and just like a breath out, like a relaxation, like letting go. It was filled with complete, like an infinite abundance of gentleness and openness. Yeah. And my body started to have like orgasmic reaction. I was like starting to move, and my like I made sounds like moaning, like really loud moaning, and like my inner critic was like, oh my god, I'm having orgasms. And I felt it, like I really came like a lot, like for 1, 2, 3 minutes straight. I was like just like having orgasm after orgasm after orgasm, and it was very enjoyable. It was my second time, I think that I had this experience. It was quite unlike any other experience. It's like this energetic, you're like being dissolved into this warm bath of love, and your body is just an ecstasy, and you're just enjoying it fully. And it's so interesting to see how your mind keeps making comments about, oh my god, this is so awkward, I'm having orgasm and people can hear me. But it's a pure expression, right? What is there to comment about? So at a certain point, I felt myself like, wow, I am this consciousness. And then I would have these experiences where I felt my connection to earth again, and like the energy would come through my spine into my brain, and it would be like a rewiring process. Like I really felt it for a couple of minutes. I just sat there, and it was like something in my head was like a light switch, like this off, this in, this off, this in, this off, this in. And whenever that were happening, I would feel these shifts in my body, and energetically also how I experienced my body. So my perception of reality, it readjusted according to what was changed. Like I don't know what was being done, but the energy was changing something. And at a certain point, it just appeared to me I was like in this swamp, and I saw this figure that was like a goddess. She was floating on water, and she came to me, and she said, I can give you power. I can make you powerful. Do you want power? And when she said that, I felt this like, And immediately in my heart, the first thing that came was like, I surrender all power to God. I surrender all power to God. I surrender all power to God. Let my life be of service to you, God. I ask for your will. And like there was a distance created between us, and I saw her like there was like a certain darkness about her, or some kind of temptation. It was like she was tempting me to see if I would latch on, if I would try to get something from it, if I would give in to the craving of power, right? Because throughout my life, right, the way I've lived, I've never had a lot of power. So for me, my shadows are, power, because I felt for a long time powerless. So if I would have a lot of power all of a sudden, I don't know how I could handle it, if I could handle it. So when there was a distance and I saw like this darkness about that figure, I felt like this light illuminating me, and it was embracing me, and I felt like carried. I was not proud, but I was a bit like, thank God I was sane in that moment, right? Because I know at other points in my development, I could be like so intrigued by my curiosity, like that I would give into it, right? Because there would be this glamorization of like, wow, if I had power, then maybe my life could be different. Maybe I could have all these polar experiences with power, because I've had all these experiences without power. Now I could have power, whatever power means. But yeah, I don't have any hunger for it. So then it became very normal. I was quiet for a while, just enjoying the music. There was like shouting, and what was funny was like whenever there was something like shouting, other people would shout together. So once person starts to shout, the other person also starts to shout. And what's really interesting about this, afterwards we talked about this. One person said, when you made the sound and it came out, I felt the freedom to also express my feelings and my emotions, and the sound also came. Then you stopped, and then I wanted to do it again, but I was waiting for you to do it one more time so that I could, ride your wave. So you see, we all use each other in a way. We all work together. It's like somebody starts, and then the other they feel like they have the permission to go along. But sometimes, and I had this also, you feel like this self suppression, that wow, if I start shouting now as the only person, it's like it's uncomfortable. Everybody will hear me, right? There's this self-judgment, and I also have that sometimes. So yeah. Then I saw like my home, and I saw that I needed a new laptop because my laptop was broken, and I needed a new laptop. Like I saw it was so funny. So like my room, I saw a new laptop, and I saw how I needed to work there and study more, and I needed to create. Yeah, I needed to create. I needed to allow life to express certain things through my work. I saw like my third chakra all of a sudden was very pulsating, and I saw like this huge forge, like a huge anvil, and like there was molten lava smelting and flowing, and it was like all flowing, and all of a sudden things started to produce, things started to come out. So I realized like I need to create more from my third center. I need to allow that power to create. Then I saw my partner, and I saw how I gave her a plane ticket, and I went with her to the airport, and I said goodbye to her, and I saw her face leaving me, and I felt this nostalgia in my heart, this feeling of like, we've been through so much together. I've loved you so much. I valued you so much in our time together. it's, it feels so, I don't know, not heartbreaking, but it's like, I wish this feeling could go on forever, right? Because when I had that image that she was saying goodbye, I felt like I've loved you, and now you're going away. And there was a sadness and a nostalgia about it. And I realized that that will happen in the future, because the moment I started to do KAP more and more, these visions, they started to come. And what's interesting is, I would have a certain relationship with my partner, and after the sessions, energetically, I would come home and I would feel the bond that we had was energetically shifted. So all of a sudden, we weren't like connected in the same way. And I saw different things about her. I felt different towards her. I perceived her different. So the energy was realigning itself in a new way. Now, is this good or bad? I don't know, but I do trust that the alignment, the realignment that's happening in KAP is a realignment to your own self, because I feel that the only thing that doesn't want that is the part of me that wants to keep on to the old, right? That feels sad, or that feels loneliness, or that feels nostalgia, right? But like they say, the highest thing you can do, spirituality, is to let go. So whatever happens, you let go. You let go. It's the highest thing you can do. And yeah, I guess we all have periods where that happens and that doesn't happen. In the end, I really didn't expect this, but it happened again. I saw another person whom I kept seeing for the past 4 or 5 sessions. Saw her appear before me, and I had this ring again, put it on her, just opened my arms, and I felt me hugging her. And we hugged in this energetic way where we melted. We were one. And then I took her head to my head, and the words came, "I will always choose you." And then we dissolved as one energy. And it was magical. You know, after these sessions, I feel so pulled towards this other person. I feel this feeling of, yeah, energetically I'm aligned. So my thoughts and my energy, it goes that way. But I keep resisting it. Because I have my own idea about what I want with my life. But life force is pulling me towards that. So eventually I will go towards that, because I have to learn things there. I have to go through things there. And at the end, the energy was just dancing in my body. I stood up, and you know, sometimes the music is just so good. There was like these Tai Chi movements, like coming and going, like water movements, like ground, earthing. It was just like a dance of energy that was very grounded and very slow and very coordinated. I really am interested in Tai Chi. I think I'm gonna do it. About letting go, there was this event a couple of days ago with Sadhguru, and I wanted to go to his event and I wanted to interview him. And this whole plan, right? And I felt like I wanted to go. So I wanted to go, and then my partner said she also wanted to go. So I said, okay, let's go. But then she didn't want to go. So then I went, And as I was going, I felt she's calling me. Okay, she's calling me and she's saying, I also want to go. Can you wait for me? So I'm waiting for 1 hour, and she takes the train towards the other station. And she says, I went the wrong side, and you have to come and get me. So I realized I'm not gonna be able to go there. And there was this huge disappointment in me. There was this huge feeling of like anger towards her, like because of her, I cannot go. These thoughts that came up, oh my God, how can she be so stupid? Why did she go there? Why did this happen? You see, because I'm attached to her, I'm missing my own life opportunities. Like all these thoughts, all these emotions came up. And while I was going, like I had this chance of seeing either I take the train and I go to there, or I go towards her. And I realized, just breathe. I'm just gonna go to her because she's asking me. She says that she needs me to come and get her. And as I was going there, I was sitting with these feelings. I was listening to a talk by Dr. David Hawkins, and he talked about how, you have these days where everything's flowing. And he says it's like you're enjoying the merits of your good karma. And then you have these days where everything is hard and difficult and nothing's working. It's like your good karma is used up, and it's like the self is giving you opportunities to show you this is what is unconscious in you. This is what you have to work through. This is what you have to let go. So it's giving you chances to let go, to dissolve, to process. And it shifted my mindset. I thought like, why am I alive? And then all of a sudden I thought, okay, I'm here to let go of bad karma and do good karma and be of service to people, right? Right. So does it really matter that I missed the interview? No. Does it really matter that I missed it? No. Because I have these feelings now. So I stayed with them, I breathed with them, and I let them go. I realized they're not important. They don't really matter. It doesn't matter that I missed it. It doesn't matter. It's not like I was going to find myself there, or I was going to get something there. Because maybe some part of me was seeking something there. And I realized there's nothing to seek there. I'm not going to be more myself there. And I let it go, and I felt this peace come over me, realizing like, this is life. Me living, my shit coming up, and me releasing my shit. And I felt this peace and this thankfulness for this opportunity, because I realized what is really important is that I am loving. So I felt this softness in me. And as I arrived, and I went up to her in the train station, and I looked at her and I laughed. And I hugged her. And she said, oh my God, I'm so sorry that we missed it. Can't we make it? And I was like, doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. And I kept hugging her. And I thought like, wow, like, I'm so glad that I get to have this moment with you. Like, this is so much more valuable than any imagination of what could have happened there, right? And then we had a great night. We laughed, we made fun, we had amazing intercourse. It was just because of this softness, because of allowing. But I know, looking back, if I had given into my reactions, to my feelings, I could see it play out. I would be like, because of you, I missed this. Why did you do that? How could you do that? Are you stupid? Are you this? Are you that? Wah, la, la, la. All these things, I could have used it as ammunition to blame her. But instead, I just I took responsibility for my own feelings and realized she's not the source of them, right? Nothing can make you feel negative. Nothing out there can give you a negative feeling, because the feelings are not out there, they're inside, right? The feelings are inside of you. Secondly, the feelings are not an essential part of yourself, because I am, and the feelings, they come and they go. They come and they go. They only are activated when you're triggered, when something is happening and it triggers you, right? That means that part of you is a dormant unconscious pattern program, but it's not an essential part of who you are, which means something that you have to let go to realize that this is not true. I could have identified with that and, reacted to her, but yeah, I was so gladful for the, yeah, I was so I felt so graceful to receive that opportunity and that experience. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if if I should ramble so much, but anyway, just like to reiterate, I don't have any real purpose with these videos. What I want to do is, for myself, when I was watching videos, I really enjoyed seeing the processes of people, the transformation process of people. So I always had this thought, like, I follow some people, right? So I thought, like, I'm gonna document my own journey, my own process. And just document whatever's happening, whatever's changing, what it means, what is the real value of this all. And yeah, like, just an experiment. Just anyway, have a good day to all of you.